When you read that verse today, I hope you see that that verse in Psalm 55 is an advertisement for free counseling. This counselor is available anytime. And not only is the counselor available, but he's willing to listen. Because you may have friends who want to listen, but they're just not available. Then sometimes you have people who are available, but they really don't care about what you have to say. The beautiful thing about this counselor with a capital C is that he's available and he's willing to listen. We call him Jesus. And through the act and the discipline of prayer, what we're able to do with this privilege to speak to him is to let him know how we feel. Now, last week we talked about how we're not informing him of a situation because we serve an all-knowing God. But what we're doing is we're, in effect, taking the top off and allowing all that steam and that heat to release and turning our gaze from inward, from our own problems, and thinking on something greater than ourselves. And that is the Lord himself. And what we'll find in our communion with God is that he offers something that cannot be found in a medication. It can't be found in some type of chemical derivative. It can only come through peace with God. Ultimately, for the sinner, that resolution is salvation. See, when you look in Psalm 32, verse number 3, the Bible says, "When I kept silent, my bones grew old through my groaning all the day long." Again, by keeping silence, we're keeping and absorbing all of this negativity, and it does cause us to, in effect, collapse in on ourselves. But the Christian now has a better promise. For it says in verse 5, "I acknowledged my sin to you, and my iniquity have I not hidden. I said, I will confess my transgressions to the Lord, and you forgave the iniquity of my sin. For this cause everyone who is godly shall pray to you in a time when you may be found." And we know that that time is all the time. We can go to God and ask for reconciliation. And we can find that what God does is not simply some type of surface transition where he just covers up our sin. Yes, he does do that through the power of his blood. But what God will then allow us to do is to walk through our history and find where we're falling short. This takes time. This takes communion. To not just understand what I'm doing, but why I do it, why I feel this way. This is where Christian counseling can be beneficial, with a pastor or someone where he or she can help you to walk through these tracks to lead you in this path of continued victory. This is why I encourage us to pray. I encourage us to find Christian friends, and if need be, Christian counseling that always finds the source of true healing in Jesus. This does not negate the reality of chemical assistance. And anyone who does that or thinks that that is, well, it's not reasonable. The fact is that these are all steps, but realize that the ultimate realization of your healing is through Christ and Christ alone. So until next time, please remember that change is good.